So my name is Channa. I am from Nanaska. The objective of today is to do an introduction for the management level case study. So you know where management level case study in the SEMA structure is. In SEMA, there is operational level, management level, strategic level. Each level there are three OTQ subjects. In the operational level, E1, P1, F1. In the management level, E2, P2, F2. Strategic level, E3, P3, F3. Likewise, each level there is a case study, operational level OCS, operational level case study. Then management level you have MCS, management level case study. Strategic level case study for the SCS, which is the strategic level paper. So three theory subjects and a case study for operational level, similar for management level and for strategic level. Therefore, total SEMA consists of 9 theory subjects and 3 case studies. 9 theory subjects and 3 case studies. Today we are trying to discuss the second level case study or the management level case study, which we call MCS management case study. That's the paper that we are trying to discuss today. I am trying to do an introduction today only. From the next week, we will start the real work. But today will be a good introduction to what the management level case study is all about. Right? So what is this case study is all about? It's simple. They give us the details about the pre-scene. So pre-scene is about 25 pages long. Pre-scene has enough depth about an organization in the real world. In the pre-scene, they will talk to us about what products they do, what services, what kind of customers they have, where they are located, what kind of directors, the financials, the market conditions. All of them are available in the pre-scene. So you're supposed to read the pre-scene, be familiar with the pre-scene, then you know this company very well. After 6 weeks, you go for the exam. When you go for the exam, the questions will be based on this particular pre-scene. So you got to know that pre-scene company very well, because exam day, all the questions will be based on that pre-scene organization. Exam day means 3-hour paper, entirely online. No handwritten exams in SEMA now. Entirely online, 3-hour paper. Entirely online, 3-hour paper. In the 3-hour paper, you have 4 different sections to be answered. Section 1, Section 2, Section 3, and Section 4. Each section you have 45 minutes to answer. Each section you have 45 minutes to answer. So 4 different sections. Each section is 45 minutes. So 45 into 4 is 180 minutes, which is exactly the 3 hours time period available. So on the exam day, it's online, entirely online. So it will be like email from your boss. Your boss will send an email with an attachment. Section number 1. When the 45 minutes are gone, automatically you will get the second email. When the 45 minutes are gone, third and the fourth emails will come after having 45 minutes gap. So it's a continuous 3-hour paper. You should do the section number 1 in 45 minutes. Go to section number 2, allocate another 45 minutes. Go to section number 3, allocate another 45 minutes. You can't take breaks between section number 1 and 2. You can't do section number 1 and say, I want to take a 10-minute break. No, that's not allowed. It's a 3-hour paper, continuous paper. Each 45 minutes, you need to complete a section. If you want, you can complete a section earlier than 45 minutes. That's allowed. In 30 minutes, if you want, you can complete a section. If you complete a section in 30 minutes, balance 15 minutes will be a permanent loss. What do you mean by a permanent loss? You can't come back to the same section and allocate another 45 minutes later. You can't do that. Another 15 minutes, sorry. I did a mistake. Section is for 45 minutes. You complete in 30 minutes. So you have 15 minutes left. If you leave the section number 1 after 30 minutes, without using that balance 15 minutes, it will be a permanent loss. You can't come back and use that 15 minutes, not allowed. You can't use that 15 minutes for future sections. You can't take section number 2 in 30 minutes and take 15 minutes to section number 3 to section number 4, not allowed. Each section maximum that you can allocate is 45 minutes. If you want, you can complete earlier, but that remaining number of minutes will be a permanent loss. On the exam day, you get an email from your boss in every 45 minutes. So, four different emails for the 3 hour paper. Each email that you get, there will be an attachment. You need to reply to the email. Your reply will be the answer. The email from the boss will be the question. So, it's an entirely online exam setup. All the questions will be based on the pre-scene. Therefore, you got to be thorough with the pre-scene. You got to be thorough with the pre-scene. Now, unfortunately, you can't understand the pre-scene unless you know the industry very well. So, this is the pre-scene that is given by SEMA. For November 2022 and Feb 2023, the same pre-scene. Management level case study, same pre-scene. Happy Place is a very happy company. We are in the business of toys. We sell toys. I mean, you yourself can read the first line. Happy Place is, you can read the first line, then you will understand. Happy Place is a quoted toy retailer that has chain of retail shops. We have chain of retail shops. We are not just one retail outlet or two retail outlets. We have chain of retail outlets available. So we might have 30, 40 retail outlets across the country. Then only we will call ourselves a chain of retailers. Right? So we have under same brand, very similar product, most likely very similar prices, very similar guidelines, same company, but different outlets are available across the country. That is what you call a toy chain of retail shops. So we are a public listed company. Oh my gosh, when you are a public listed company, you need to be a quoted means public listed. You need to be extremely careful, because the game in a public listed company is very much different to any other organization. Share price influence is very high. Complications of right issues, new share issues will be very different. So when we are a public listed company, you need to learn a lot of things new. I am sure I will be able to share a lot of stories in that area, because I work as the CEO for a public listed company. Therefore, the influence from the share price and all that are very common to me in my real world business that I do or professional work that I do as a CEO. So we will be able to explain. So now this is the SEMA pre-scene given. As you can see, there are 25 pages in total here. The last few pages are some newspaper articles available. Right? Last few pages are newspaper articles that is available in Westraria Daily News. These are the newspaper articles available. Before that, you have the financials of our company and financials of a competitor as well. Happy Place is my company. You have the consolidated profit and loss account, consolidated statement of changes in equity, then the full balance sheet. So full financial statements are given about our organization. Happy Place is the quoted public company that we are trying to manage. So now you need to be familiar with this pre-scene on the exam day. All the questions on the exam day will be asked based on this particular pre-scene. Right? Therefore, when I try to teach you, I have 10 different steps. I will cover 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I will cover those 10 different steps. In the 10 steps, the first 2 steps are called therefore. After you go through the pre-scene details now, therefore, first 2 stages are called KYP and KYI. KYP and KYI. KYP stand for Know Your Pre-scene. So what we will do is, we will give you a nice PowerPoint presentation called KYP. That will be repetition of the pre-scene, but the pre-scene is 26 pages long, not very interesting, a boring document. However, to make your life easier, we will give you a PowerPoint presentation called KYP, Know Your Pre-Scene, for the Happy Place organization. This is step number one that we are going to do, which is called KYP, Know Your Pre-Scene. Know Your Pre-Scene. So if you go through this document, there are different steps available, as you know, right? Company overview, introduction to the industry, Happy Place product and operation, Happy Place business model, management structure, accounting information, ratio analysis, competitor information, all that is given in the pre-scene. So therefore, first step that we do is to go through something called Know Your Pre-Scene, or we call it KYP. Unfortunately, unfortunately, you can't learn about the company. You cannot. You cannot learn about the company unless you know the industry very well. Therefore, we have another PowerPoint presentation called KYI, which stands for, obviously, as you may have guessed already. If KYP stands for Know Your Pre-Scene, now our objective is to learn about the industry. Therefore, we call it KYI. KYI stands for Know Your Industry. So if you know the industry very well, it will be a big help. It will be a big help for you to understand the pre-scene better. For you to understand the pre-scene better. So my first two stages of teaching are KYP and KYI. Can you spend a little bit more time on the KYP? Look at what is available in the KYP. Can you see? Chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Chapter 1, company overview. Chapter 2, introduction to industry. So look at what is in chapter 1. This is the first page of the chapter number 1. You will get very reasonable understanding about this organization by looking at this page. Very reasonable understanding of our organization by looking at reading this page. Company name, Happy Place, very good. Quoted company, quoted in the stock change in 2004. Wow. From 2004 to now, we have 18 years. We have been a public listed company in this country called Vestaria. Whatever location is Vestaria. In this country called Vestaria, we have been there for 18 years approximately. 2004 to 2022 is 18 years. I think you should show that to the examiner on the exam day that we are an 18-year-old public listed company. Of course, we have been running the business for a longer period than that. Origin, look at the origin. The business was founded in 1992. The first store was opened in West Russia's Hope City. So we started ourselves in 1992. Only in 2004 we became a publicly listed company. 2004 to now, 2022 is 18 years. We have been running our business for 18 years. So I think we should be fairly successful toy company. But there are a lot of things that I don't know. As said now. But when you go through the pre-scene, I am sure we will get to know what they are. When you go through pre-scene, I am sure you will get to know what they are. What do I don't know? I mean, we are a toy retailer. Okay, that I know. But do we manufacture toys? I don't know. Do you manufacture toys or do you get the toys from someone else? Now, there will be some companies who are manufacturing their own toys and selling their own toys. There will be some companies who are manufacturing toys from outsiders. They sell it under their brand name. Outsiders' brand name won't come to the shop, but there's outside company who does the toys for you. You buy and sell it under your brand name. So we don't know whether we manufacture or not, or whether we don't know whether we buy from someone else and manufacture. Can you build a brand name when manufacturing is outsourced? Some people say no. Some people argue and say you can't build a brand name for your product if the manufacturing is outsourced because you don't have a control over manufacturing. If you try to build a competitive advantage based on your brand name, some people say you should manufacture internally within your authority because when you ask someone else to manufacture, the quality might be difficult to maintain. It might not be your own product because someone else is manufacturing. No, that is not the case based on the industry examples that we have seen. Look at Apple. Apple manufactures its phone manufacture, but no one talks about it. No one says Apple phone might not be good because it's manufactured by a third party company in China. No. So I don't know whether these toys are manufactured by our company or outside. I don't know. We can figure it out. We are in West area. Location. Can you see location? We are in West area. Let me mark that in blue. A developed country with strong economy and high standard of living. That's laughable, no? Developed country, strong economy, high standard of living. Developed country, strong economy, high standard of living. Developed country, strong economy, high standard of living. I thought when you are a developed country, you will have a strong economy and you will have high standard of living. Arguable, but these are wording given in the pre-scene without manipulating them. Which document are we playing now, my dear friends? We are now looking at the Know Your Pre-scene KYT. This is stage number 1 of our studies. SEAM has given a 26-page document which is boring to read. Here we go with the KYP. Nice PowerPoint presentation available with the required pictures that we have been included, the different type of toys available in the market. Then this is a serious slide where there are some details available. Can you see the part that I have marked in kind of yellow under operations? Let's read it and see. A toy retailer. We are a toy retailer. We retail toys. They say we are a toy retailer. They don't say we are a manufacturer and retailer. So I think we might not be manufacturing. We may have outsourced manufacturing. Let's read it. A toy retailer that owns a chain of shops that sell established and popular brands of toys. Oh my gosh. We are selling the toys of other brands, not my brand only. We are selling the toys of other brands, not my brand only. You go to DSI, shoe company, you can buy Adidas, you can buy Nike, you can buy all the best shoes available in the world. They sell the solutions for the people who need to buy shoes. There are various type of shoes. DSI got their own shoes, but they have other world best known shoe brands in their shop. Very similar situation I can see. A toy retailer that owns a chain of shops that sell established and popular brands of toys. We are selling other brands of toys. Price to match to the lowest price set by a competitor. We try to match the lowest price. So we are not a differentiator as I can see from this paragraph. We are more of a cost leader. As we go on, we might change our view, but initial page. However, we are a retail chain of toys. We have 120 outlets in West area. Now I know we are fairly a large organization. I have 120 shops across West area. I have 120 shops in the West area, and I sell toys of the other branded toy manufacturers. Now, why do I sell other branded toy manufacturers? What is the other option available? First of all, you are selling other people's product. Now you are selling the branded toys of other toy companies. You are selling the branded toys of other toy companies. What can you do next? Can you type some of your views? Can you type some of your views? What can you do? First of all, you are only a shop. You make the other toy brands available in your shop. What will be the next step? Look at Netflix. You know what Netflix is, right? You know what Netflix is. Netflix was started to as a competition for DVD renting business. Netflix was started as a competitor for DVD renting business. You know the story, right? You know the story, right? Do you know the story or not? In those days, when Blockbuster has so many CD, DVD outlets all over the country, people will have to go there, buy a DVD, and there was a 1 week period available for you to return. If you don't return, there will be a penalty available. A lot of people borrowed, could not return in the 2 weeks period, there were penalty available. Then only the founder of Netflix, what's his name? What's his name? I think it's Neil Hastings, right? Neil Hastings, what he did, he said, I'll start I'll start online movie streaming company. You pay me $11 a month, you subscribe $11 a month. You can buy unlimited number of movies available on my platform. So they bought the movies from the movie manufacturers and stored there. Or they signed contract with the movie manufacturer for a 1 year. Netflix can show that. That's how the Netflix started. But today, I hope you are aware, Netflix is manufacturing, making, producing movies for themselves. If you do go to Netflix, you will see a category called Netflix Originals. If you go to Netflix, you will see a category called Netflix Originals. They are the movies done by Netflix for Netflix. They are the movies done by Netflix for Netflix. So, why am I talking about Netflix? Because this might be our next extension where we sell branded toys from different parties. We buy from different parties and sell in our 120 outlets. Next step might be, why not we design and develop our own branded toys like Netflix did it for their business model. Like Netflix did it in their business model. So this is a very brief organizational structure, very brief summary of the situation given. Gear in is 46%. Wow. Gear in is fairly high. Right? Net profit margin is 9%, not bad. Operating profit margin is 30%, not bad. Gear in is high, but I'm sure we will be able to do something there. So this is the pre-scene given by SEMA. This is the pre-scene given by SEMA. I had taken most of the information from the pre-scene, but we have organized it nicely and better. We have board of directors, 4 are non-executive directors. then we have 5 executive directors and the CEO. 5 executive directors and the CEO. Right? So now this is our first step, my dear friends, where we get to know where we do what we call KYP. So first 2 stages of the game are KYP and KYI. Know your pre-scene and know your industry. So have you seen the know your industry? Here we go. Another nice PowerPoint presentation called KYI Know Your Industry. So again, we are talking about different topics here. There are different type of toy categories available, like electronic games, dolls, business sets, art and craft, infant, preschool toys, outdoor, sports toys, plush, vehicles. All those comes under the category of toys, right? All those comes under the category of toys. So I will not go through into the detail of it. All what I am trying to show you is, in the KYI, we are given so much of information about the industry. That was not available in the pre-scene. Outside, we get the details because, trust me, they'll be very, very useful on the exam day. They'll be very, very useful on the exam. So, first part of my discussion today is to introduce you to what this MCAs is all about. First part of my discussion is to introduce you to what MCAs is all about. So it's an exam paper of 3 hours, 4 different sections. Each section is for 45 minutes. From the other side, there's a pre-scene given about a toy retailer. We need to learn about the toy retailer. We need to learn about the company and industry. Therefore, in our teaching, there are 10 different steps available. First step is called KYP. Second step is called KYI. Third step is called GR. Fourth step is called DD. GR stand for ground rules. DD stand for deep dive. You know what they are? GR is ground rule. GR is not Gotabe Rajapaksa. GR is ground rules. GR, we will tell you what you should be doing on the exam day, what you should not be doing on the exam. There are 2 parts in ground rules. We'll tell you what the SEMA advisors are. We'll tell you what the SEMA advisors are. Other than that, we will tell you what we have learned from our students. We have hundreds and hundreds of students who are going to the exams every session. We talk to them during the session, just before the exam, just after the exam, to get a feel about how the exam went. So we have a very good idea about what are the skills that are required for you to pass the paper. Those skills, those guidelines will be reviewed and shared under GR. Deep dive is an in-depth analysis of the pre-scene. Deep dive is in-depth analysis of the pre-scene. Let's not go there now. After you learn the basics of the KYP, so next step of the KYP, technically speaking, is a deep dive. With KYP, we look at the know your pre-scene basics. Deep dive, we go to the in-depth of all the points given. In-depth of all the points given. So how do I teach? There are 10 steps available. First step is KYP, KYI, ground rules, deep dive. Deep dive. And the 5th step is FICO activities available. 5th step is FICO activities available. Co-activities. 5th step is called co-activities. What do you mean by co-activities? Listen to me carefully. What do you mean by co-activities? Listen to me carefully. SEAM has done so much of research and had identified when you do try to work in the real world at this particular level of management level case study, SEAM has identified the activities you would do in the real world. They are being called co-activities. There are 5 co-activities as per SEMA research that you do in the real world when you try to work. This is what we call co-activities. There are 5 co-activities available. A, B, C, D, E. There are 5 co-activities available. Exam day questions will be based on those 5 co-activities. Exam day questions would be based on those 5 co-activities. So what do you mean by exam day questions will be based on those 5 co-activities? Exam day questions will cover those 5 activities available. So you need to master those 5 activities. You need to master those 5 activities. Now, if I just tell you the name of the activity, you might not remember it very well. If I tell you only the name of the activity, name of the co-activity, you might not remember it very well. Because each co-activity is divided into sub-areas, subsections available. Therefore, you need to go to each and every activity and try to see what kind of an activity is that. However, it is called co-activities. There are 5 co-activities available. Exam day questions will be based on those 5 key activities, or what we call co-activities, that we shall be learning, right? Now I will explain about it in little while. Don't worry for the time being. I'll explain that in detail. Don't worry for the time being, but time being will go ahead. I'll tell you what those 5 co-activities are. Step number 6 is interesting. Step number 6 is what we call refresh theory. This is the area where I teach you E2, P2, F2, all 3 subjects, E2, P2, F2. I'll be teaching you in the case study course. I will teach you E2, P2, F2, all 3 theory subjects within the case study. Not that all these questions comes on the exam. Not that all these questions comes on the exam. Not that all the theory questions will be tested on the exam. However, SEMA can decide to test it if they want. SEMA can decide to test it if they want. And it will be nice for you to have a reasonable understanding of the theory areas available. Therefore, I will do E2, P2, F2, entire theory. Don't worry, that's my responsibility. Step number 7 is what we call step number 7 is what I call practice, where we will give you one mock paper and the answer for you to get a rough idea about what kind of questions and answers will come. Next stage is called reality, where we will give you 7 mock papers. You can answer them on the exam engine. We'll mark and give you the feedback. Each paper, when you get the marks, we'll do a one-to-one session. So you get 100% individual attention within our course. We'll tell you which areas you are struggling, which areas you should improve, which areas you are doing great, which areas you need to continue to do. So that is what you call the reality. So there are 10 steps available. I have explained 8. Those are the 8 steps that we will start doing one by one from the next week. Don't worry, this exam is not a very difficult exam. As long as you play the game right, trust me, you can get a very high mark and pass. Trust me, you can get a very high mark and pass. I am here to help you to do that. I am here to help you to do that. Whatever that is required for you to pass, we will give you that support. So I've been talking approximately for 30 to 35 minutes. I've been talking approximately to 30 to 35 minutes. Generally, I should take about 30 minutes. So then I should give you enough time for you to ask questions and clarify things. Time is yours now. Please ask questions and any clarifications. Please ask any questions and clarifications. Are you clear of what I said so far? Overall? Overall, are you clear of what I said so far? Overall, are you clear? First of all, overall, we should know whether you are clear. Online education is, my dear, two-way communication. You should talk, say, if you are not clear, you should say not clear. If you think useless, you should say useless. If you understand, you can say understood. So are we clear so far? Okay. Any questions? Any questions? No questions? I can't believe it. Any questions? Any questions? No questions. Okay, very good. So now this is the while doing MCS exams, if there is any network issues, will that impact our process? Of course, it will impact. If there is a network issue, then you will get disconnected. Then there is an impact. What CIMA does usually is they will allow you to do the exams after a week. What CIMA does usually is they will allow you to do the exams after a week. Right? Okay. Now I want to explain to you few other things. I want to explain to you few other things. All right? I want to explain to you few other things that you might be interested to learn. Don't worry about the E2, P2, F2. I want you to somehow get through the self-assessment on your own. But don't worry about the E2, P2, F2 knowledge because that I will cover entirely within the course. That I will cover entirely within the course. So that is not something you should be worried about. That is not something you should be worried about. Right? On the exam day, on the exam day, on the exam day, there are things that you need to be extremely careful. There are few things that you need to be extremely careful. Right? Number one is it's entirely an online paper. When it's entirely an online paper, you are going to type for the entire 3 hours. Of course, you read the unseen. Of course, you read the unseen. Of course, you do a lot of thinking, but you do a lot of typing as well. So typing is a critical area. Therefore, under our ground rules, something that we talk to you about is the WPM. We got to see what your WPM is. If your WPM is certainly below a certain threshold, you need to start practicing and improving. WPM is a critical factor. These are topics that I'll be discussing under ground rules. WPM stands for words per minute. Every minute of typing, how many words do you type? On average, when you type 20 minutes, you see how many words you type, divide by 20, and you get the number of words per minute. This is a critical factor for your success. So I hope you have a good typing speed. If you don't have a good typing speed, we need to work together with me and you to improve your typing speed on daily basis. We need to improve your typing speed on daily basis. I mean, on the exam day, you have 3 hour paper. Each paper is 3 hour paper. Each paper has 4 different sections. Each section has 45 minutes. So whenever you take an exam paper, where you have 45 minutes. How does it go? I mean, how does it work whenever you have 45 minutes for one section? When there are four sections like that involved, how do you think it works? You go into section number one, and then you need to answer the section number one. There's an unseen given. There's an unseen given. You need to read the unseen and understand the unseen. That's the part that we said that you do as reading. There's a reading part now. So you learn about the unseen question. That is, in the 45 minutes, you allocate 6 to 7 minutes for that. 6 to 7 minutes for that. Then you do the thinking. You read the question. After you read the question, you started to think. So you know what the pre-scene is? Pre-scene is a toy company. Don't forget, we don't manufacture the toys. We buy toys from outsiders, sell it in our 120 shops in West Area. We don't manufacture our own branded toys. We sell the toys of different brands available in the world. Right? Now, I have worked with very similar companies in many different countries in the world. Very similar organizations like our organization. I'll tell you one example, right? I am the CEO of Dankoto Porcelain PLC. I manufacture plates, cup and saucers, mugs, teapots. We were manufacturing for a German organization. So we went there to meet them. Then I realized when I went to their shop, all the best known tableware, the plates, dinner plates, cup and saucers, mugs, teapots, of all the well-known best porcelain manufacturers, the branded dinner plates, teapots, mug, cup and saucer are available in the shop. So they are selling the tableware from all the best brands in the world. They buy products from me and they give me instructions to manufacture the product under their brand name and sell it. So I am manufacturing not under my brand name. I'm telling you a real world situation that we have faced last year. These are real world situation we have faced last year, which might be applicable here. So we went to Germany to meet one of our customers because we had not met him. Because of COVID, we could not meet him. New customer. When I went to his shops, he has the world famous, all the porcelain brands are available, their products are available. However, we do manufacture under their own brand name. Their brand name is not known like other global brands. Of course, it's a German company. Then I realized they do the branded sales. They buy the products from various different brands and sell under those brands' names. And then they have their own brand for which manufacturing had been outsourced to us. So that's the game that this company is playing. So I was asking them, okay. Look here, you have all the brands in the world. Why do you put a product under your brand name? Because all the best brands are available in the world. Why do you want to put a product under your brand name? The answer was obvious. Answer was, if I put a product under my brand name, margins are better. If I put products under different brand names, if you buy from those brands and sell it, my margins are less. Now, this situation that I've seen in Germany is 100% applicable for our case study, I am sure. Because we are selling the products of other people under well-known brands. Why not we start manufacturing under our brand name as well? Give me a toy company's name. Lego, you know Lego, right? The company that manufacture building blocks. The Lego, you know the company Lego, right? That's one of the largest toy retailers in the world. That's one of the largest toy companies in the world. They're one of the largest toy companies in the world, right? Now, Lego products are superior, prices are expensive. We can manufacture a construction toy brand product similar to Lego, sell it in our showrooms. Lego is there, very expensive. Our product reasonably expensive, but our product have better profit margin for us, because when I try to sell Lego product, I get a very small margin. So why I'm talking about my company, I'm trying to see what could come on the exam day, so you understand about the timing. Our discussion now is about the WPM, words per minute. So I'll come into that, right? I'm trying to explain words per minute, take in a 45-minute one section. In that section, what kind of questions might be there? We are trying to discuss it now. So we try to start our own brand name, might be the exam day situation. We try to start our own brand name, maybe the exam day situation. Therefore, section number 1, the email from the CEO to you will say, my dear finance friend, I have been thinking about our margins. Our margins are less. That is because we manufacture for other third party brands. I'm thinking we have been selling their products continuously. I wanted to start our own manufacturing now. Examiner will ask, is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? How do you finance the new factory? So exam day questions will be, trust me, very, very practical questions. So you need to read this entire answer. It takes time. It might take 7 minutes to read it, but then you need to understand another 12 minutes are there. So in a 45 minutes, exam paper is for 3 hours. You know that, right? 4 different sections, each section for 45 minutes. Out of that, reading times is about 6 minutes. You need to allocate reading time is about 6 minutes. Thinking time may be about 12 minutes. So total minutes for the reading and thinking is about 18 minutes. So you have 27 more minutes to type. 27 more minutes to type. That's the time period generally you allocate for your type. So let's take it as not, is 27 right mathematically? Or did I do a mistake? Is 27 right mathematically, or did I do a mistake? No one is talking. Why is that? Is my maths clear? 45 minutes for one section, 6 minutes to read, another 12 minutes to think. 19, 18 minutes are gone. So when the 18 minutes are gone, how many more minutes are left? 27 minutes. Is it right? Everyone, please respond and say whether it's right or right or wrong. We are trying to do a discussion, argument, right? So, yeah, 27 minutes are available. For you to pass the paper, about 2,200 words for the entire paper is good enough. So can I type those letters, numbers at 2,200 words? 27 minutes. It has not gone. Sorry. 2,200 words is good enough for you to pass. 2,200 words divided by 4 different sections. For a section, you need 45 words. So if you had, for a section, you have 550 words. Sorry. For a section, you need to have 550 words. Is it right? Right or wrong? 2,200 for the entire paper. For a one section, about 550 words. So what should be your WPM? Your WPM should be to type 550 words in maybe 27 minutes. Type in 27 minutes. So if you have a WPM of 22 WPM, that will be great. So that's the average, but doesn't matter. I want you to measure your WPM. If your WPM is low, we'll give you a different strategy to pass. If your WPM is high, we'll give you a different strategy to pass. So therefore, those are the things that we should be start talking very, very soon. Those are the things we should be started to work very, very soon, right? Because the exam day, how they look at your game is very, very, very different. Therefore, you should be ready to face to it by improving your WPM as much as possible, which is a critical factor for your success. Which is a critical factor for your success, right? Right? Okay. Since we have completed 50 minutes now, any questions? Any questions? Any questions? There's no specific weightage for subjects. No specific weightage for subjects. Okay, no questions. Let's take a quick break. We are not going to take a long break. Shall we take a break for 10 minutes and then start? After the break, I will talk to you for about 30-40 minutes and finish it. So, shall we take a 10 minutes break for you to drink some water, relax, walk, and come back? 10 minutes. Relax, walk, and come back in 10 minutes. Since I tend to forget to start after 10 minutes, I'll set the alarm. You can set the alarm as well. See you in 10 minutes. Goodbye. See you in 10 minutes. See you in 10 minutes. You can see me and hear me? Oh my gosh, I had done a mistake, but doesn't matter, right? So now what after we start, what you should be doing? First of all, you should watch the videos available for the KYP, for the management level case study for the Feb 2023. There is a KYP available, which you can see on the screen now, right? KYP stands for Know Your Pre-Scene. There are 8 mini chapters available. This goes into 112 slides, but it will be fun because you're going to learn one by one slowly. And you're not going to read the slides on your own. Of course, if you want, you can read the slides on your own. That's there for you. But you can watch the videos where I have explained what is in this KYP slides. You understand? No? If you want, you can go to the KYP on your own. We don't recommend it. You can watch the video because in the video I have explained each and every slide in fair detail. I have explained each and every slide in fair detail. So first step that should happen is for you to go through the KYP and learn the basics given in the KYP, because it will be very important for you to learn the basics of the KYP, because unless you know the pre-scene very well, you can't do the exam well. Because everything that you're going to do will be based on this pre-scene document. So you need to know this pre-scene very well. So that's the first thing that you should be doing. That's the first thing that you should be doing. Right? That's the first thing that you should be doing. So there are videos available for you to watch. There are videos available for you to watch. Right? So now as an example, when you watch the videos, I'm not going to kind of share everything that is in the videos now. However, when you watch the videos, what is the what do you learn? Just to give you a hint about what kind of knowledge you will get by going through the videos, I will I will maybe take little time, which I will allocate on the pre-scene. I'll allocate little time on the pre-scene for you to get reasonable understanding of what's available when you go to the full depth of the matters. All right? So let's go there. Let's try to, 1 second. Let me try to see. Okay. Okay. So let's try to open the document again and see. Right. So in the videos, I have covered many things, including the few points that I'm trying to share. So look at what kind of a company are we. Look at what kind of a company we are. We are without a doubt very interesting organization because we are a quoted public company. So share price is a critical factor for us. Share price is a critical factor. When I try to work for a public listed company, I realize the impact of the share price movement when suddenly share price comes down. You may have not done anything wrong, but due to even market conditions, when the share price comes down, you get a lot of pressure. So that is the additional trouble available in this organization. But the good thing is we are in a country called Vistaria. We are a very old toy company. We started in 1992. If you remember, we listed ourselves in 18 years ago. Do you remember? We were discussing from 2004, right? We listed in 2004 up to 2022 is 18 years. So we have been a listed company for 18 years. Then under the heading of operations, you can see what do we do. Under the heading of operations, you can see what do we do. We'll read it and see. A toy retailer that owns a chain of shops. So we are a toy retailer. It doesn't say we are a manufacturer and retailer. It doesn't say. It says a toy retailer. So I think we are buying and selling mostly. Okay. So can we read this line? A toy retailer. Okay. So it doesn't seem we are a manufacturer, toy retailer. That own chain of shops that sell established and popular brands of toys. We sell established and popular brands of toys. So we say we sell established and popular brands of toys. So we must be selling other people's toys. I don't know. Maybe there's a small part of our own branded as well, like in my German company doing. So we need to learn about it, right? Which are priced to match to the lowest price set by competitor. That I'm confused. What do you mean? We have set our prices to match to the lowest price set by the competitor. That means we are a cost leader. We try to go by the lowest price. I don't know. I thought we will differentiate ourselves because we are selling the branded, premium, well-known, established, popular brands of toys. So I'm a little confused on that. Right? 6,500 staff, 120 shops across Vestaria, alongside 140 employees at head office. So I have 120 shops across Vestaria, right? Alongside 140 employees at head office, another 240 at the warehouse. 6,500 people are available in the 120 outlets. So these outlets seems to be large outlets, no? Because 6,500 people in 120 outlets. How many for one outlet? Average, right? I'm sure some outlets are larger, some are smaller, but average, see how many people per one outlet on average? Huh? No one is responding. I thought you will respond very fast. So 6,500 employees for 120 outlets. So 54. So you can imagine 54 people in one outlet seems to be not very small outlet. Seems to be fairly large outlet, right? And if I do go to the financial statements of the organization, so we can go to the financial statement of the organization to get a basic idea about the organization. Can you see whether we can go to the MCS case study? Pre-scene. So here we are talking about this organization. Look at the financial numbers that's available on page number 16. This is Happy Place Group. This is the company that we are talking about. 21. This is the P&L. All right. So we have a revenue of 906 million, net profit of 77 million. Right? Numbers are given in millions. So 906 million revenue, 77 million. And go to the balance sheet. Property, plant and equipment is 443. Property, plant and equipment is 443. There's a large lease liability available. Wow. Non-current liabilities, there's only a lease liability available. In non-current liability, there's only a lease liability available. It's a large amount of a lease. I mean, it's a very large amount, right? That is because all our 120 outlets are leased by us. All our 120 outlets are leased by us. That's a very interesting situation to be. But that's the actual status of our organization. And then you will see, we have revenue from CW dollars millions, 906 million. Either the number given in the PNL, 906.4 is the number given in the PNL. Can you go to the PNL and check that? Can you go to the PNL and double check that? Yes, 906.4. Same number, no? So 906.4, you see, 781, which is 86%, is coming from the traditional toys. 86% of our revenue is coming from the traditional toys. 86% of our revenue coming from the traditional toys. And look at the operating profit. How much is the operating profit? 123. I don't know whether that operating profit is right. Operating profit is 123. Is it the same number given in the P&L? Can you go to the P&L and see same number? Operating profit. See whether it's 123? 123. So sales is, if I mark it in red, what I'm trying to tell you is, sales is 906, operating profit is 123. Sales is 906, operating profit is 123. Out of 906 million sales, can you see 86% is coming from traditional toys? Out of 123 million operating profit, only 79% is coming from traditional toys. Which means traditional toys accounts for 86% of sales, but only 79% of the operating profit. 79% of the operating profit. Right? That means traditional toys are giving lower return. 86% of the sales, 79% of the operating profit. Sales are high, return is less. Video games is interesting. 10% of the sales, 14% of the operating profit. Video games are more profitable. Video games are more profitable. So we need to go and learn things like that. So I want you to learn the pre-scene. The best way to learn the pre-scene is go to the LMS, Nanaska Learning Management System. There are many videos available about the pre-scene. There are many videos available about the pre-scene for you to watch. If you do go and watch those videos, you will get a very good understanding on the pre-scene. That is what I want you to do. Next Sunday is Christmas. We can't have classes. We'll meet you one day before the Christmas or one day just after Christmas. Christmas Day we can't meet, no, my dear. But if you start watching videos, you will learn a lot. Never forget one. Okay. So far is everything clear? So far is everything clear? Just say clear, clear, clear. If it is clear, if not clear, please ask a question. Okay. Don't forget one thing. Exam day, all the questions will be based on 5 core activities. Exam day, all the questions will be based on 5 core activities. You need to know what those 5 core activities are. Because exam day questions will be based on those 5 core activities. So you should know 3 things. Typing speed. What is your WPM? You should be able to tell me next week what your WPM is. Type 20 minutes a day for 4 days. Are we clear? Type 20 minutes a day for 4 days. Type something that you know very well. You're not going to think a lot and type. Type something that you know very well. Like type the pre-scene if you want. So you remember the pre-scene as well. Type something you know very well for 20 minutes, for 4 days. Put the word count, divide by the 20 or 21 or 19 minutes you type. Take the average. I want to know what your WPM is. If your WPM is 18, 15, 16, 13, 12, I will tell you how to improve. If your WPM is 35, 40, wow, great. We will see how you can go for a very high mark. So one thing is WPM for the next week, you should be clear. Second thing, pre-scene, you should be clear. You should watch the pre-scene videos available. Right? Those two you should do. Those two you should do for next week. Those two you should do for next week. However, other important thing that we should look at We are going to look at it next week, huh? Not today, don't worry. We are going to look at it next week. I'm trying to give you a little bit of idea today only. I'm trying to give you a little bit of idea today only. On the exam day, there are 5 co-activities available for the management level case study. There are 5 co-activities available for the management level case study. Those are A, B, C, D, E, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the 5 co-activities available. You should be familiar with these 5 co-activities because exam day questions will be based on these 5 co-activities. However, by looking at the name of the co-activity, you can't get an idea what it is. I mean, names are very, very broad names. Evaluate opportunities, implement senior management decisions, very, very broad headings. So don't worry, CMAS define each one of them one by one. Evaluate opportunities. What do you mean by evaluate opportunities? Don't worry. CMAS define it in further detail. Co-activity A, evaluate opportunities. CMAS divided that heading into 6 areas. So those are the 6 areas that will be covered under the co-activity A. So I will show you few. I can explain which pricing strategies are appropriate. That is in co-activity 1. So how examiner can give a question from that? We are a toy retailer, no? Right, okay. Examiner will create a story on the exam day. Because examiner needs to create a story because examiner needs to give 4 different sections. Examiner will say, we have decided to manufacture our own toys. It will be under our own brand name. We have put up a factory. We have done the design. Toys are here. Now we are trying to decide how to price them. Or we are trying to think about the pricing strategy. Can you please tell me what the best way to price these our own toys? They will give the other toys that we sell. There are different type of toys available. You know, dolls is one toy. Vehicles is another toy. Outdoor toys is another toy. Building construction toys are so dolls might be a one that we have dolls from Barbie dolls. We have many other dolls available in the market. Now we have our own dolls. We'll put a name for that as well. Happy dolls. And how do I price Happy dolls compared to Barbie dolls? How do I price Happy dolls compared to other branded dolls available in my 120 outlets? That decision is the one that will be given to you as a question on the exam day. So core activities again is divided into sub areas. Core activities is again divided into sub areas. I can select appropriate capital investment appraisal techniques. Very good. A theory question. Capital investment appraisal techniques coming from P2. Can you remember NPV, IRR, payback, discounted payback, ARR, discounted payback, Nikam payback, IRR, NPV? Can you remember? Those methods, they will be tested. They can test. That is again coming from the co-activity A. So, can I ask few questions? Please answer these questions now. Each question I am going to see how many people are going to give me right answers in 5 seconds. I am trying to see how many people are going to give me right answers in 5 seconds. Are you ready? Are you ready? When I ask, are you ready also, they are not responding. Okay. Quickly. Right. Okay. In 5 seconds, I am trying to see how many people will respond. I am trying to cover the things I discussed today. How many sections are there in the paper on the exam day? How many sections are there in the paper on the exam day? 1, 2, wow. My gosh. Super. Very good start. Very good start. Okay. What is the time duration available for one section? What's the time duration available for one section? 45 minutes. Very good. Superb. You are very fast now. Don't be that fast, mate. I feel like I am slow now. I feel like I am slow. Okay. How many co-activities are available? How many co-activities are available? Okay. Okay. You are very fast. How many shops do we have in our country? How many retail outlets do we have in our country? My gosh. Very good. Okay. Next one. You can't answer in the same speed, I am sure. In which year did we list our company? In which year did we list our company? In which year did we list our company? Wow, wow, wow. Ting, ting, ting. Oh, super. 2004, I'm sure is the right answer. 2004, I'm sure is the right answer. Next question. What is our sales value for the last year? What is our sales value for the last year? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the answer where slowest answers coming. You remember 906 million, no? You remember, even you remember what percentage is coming from traditional toys? 86%, right? Right? Very good. I'm very happy. The speed that you have responded, I'm very, very happy. Thank you very much. I'm sure we can have a great session. I'm sure we can ensure all of you all passed exam this time. Once we had the highest marks from the student from our session. Highest marks in the world. Highest marks in the world. I think we should work hard this time for you to get the highest marks in the world. I will do whatever required for you to ensure that you get the highest marks in the world. I want you to be committed, contributed towards that journey. I'm sure we'll be able to help you to get the highest marks in the world, right? Let's do that together. Anyway, coming back. 5 core activities. I was looking at the first core activity, what kind of questions might come. But don't forget the weightage of 5 core activities is equal. Weightage of 5 core activities is equal. Each core activity will have minimum of 15% of the marks covered, maximum of 25% of the marks covered. Weightage is equal. But in your paper, you might have some core activities have a higher weightage, some will have a lower weightage, simply because there's a spread available. So on the exam day, each core activity will have minimum of 15%, maximum of 25%. You understand that? Can you see that? But you can't give 25% for 5 nomen, then it will be, if I give 25% for 5, it will be 125%, not 100%. So therefore, you will give 25 for 2. Balance 3, you will go on 15, 17, and so on and so on. All right? All right? So we need to learn about these 5 core activities as well. So I'm not trying to do them now, because that's not the key. The key today is for you to understand the steps available in our journey. So what are the steps available in our journey? KYP, KYI, know your pre-seed, know your industry, deep dive, ground rule, 5 core activities, refresh theory, E2, P2, F2, refresh theory, practice 1 mock paper and answer, reality. I'll give you mock number 7 mocks for you to do on our exam engine, which is very similar to the SEMA exam engine. And then what you can do is, we will mark those papers and send it to you, so you will be able to get what your weaknesses are and how to improve. I want you to measure your WPM for the next week. I want you to watch the videos on the KYP. Those videos are like this, where I have been teaching and recorded. Even this one is recorded. So when you go through that, you will learn a lot about it. I mean, we have 120 outlets. How many years we have been in business? Don't tell me 18 years. How many years we have been in business? Don't tell me 18 years. No one is answering that question. How many years we have been in the business? That question no one is answering. Why? How many years we have been in business? No one is answering. Why? Very unfair. Why do I call it very unfair? Because it's very unfair. Because we did discuss it, right? Not in detail. I understand. But I showed you that number somewhere. Can you remember? I said we started in 1992. I said we started in 1992. Right? So my point is, you should now if I try to summarize, you should have a good understanding on the we are starting with the KYP, know your pre, KYI industry, deep dive, ground rules, core activities, refresh theory E2, P2, F2, practice one mock paper, reality 7 mocks. When you do the mocks, you will learn what your mistakes are, and we'll do a follow up one to one. We'll support you individually after each and every mock paper. After each and every mock paper, we'll support you individually, so you can pass the paper. And you need to know the WPM, and you need to watch the videos related to the pre-scene as well. Then I can see you answered questions very well today, which is an absolute positive. I'm sure we can have a session where all of you all pass with flying colors, and one of you all can be the highest marks in the world as well. Once we had the highest marks from the class, maybe we can do it again this time. I am committed, we'll do whatever that is required for you to get that. I want your contribution as well. So my name is Shanna. I am a SEMA Global Council member in UK. At the same time, I run Nanaska. I am CEO for Dankutu Posile, where I will share a lot of my experience, because this exam has nothing to do with theory. The theory questions is very, very minimum on the exam. Most of the questions are going to be very, very practical questions. Most of the questions are going to be very, very practical questions. Self-assessment passed is very fast. Self-assessment pass that very fast. Don't kill your time there. Do some shortcut and pass the self-assessment. Because I'm going to teach you E2, P2, F2 again in the course. Because my steps are KYP, KYI, ground rules, deep dive, FICO activities, and refresh theory. Step number 6, I'm going to teach you E2, P2, F2. Right? So I'm sure we can have a great session and great time together. Thank you for joining today. Please join with us tomorrow, day after ASAP. Get the access to the LMS, and let anyone else know that who is doing MCS to join with us. I had done with my session. Now I am here to answer your questions.